I'm Bianca, and I'm from the south side of Atlanta, and I am an attorney. So at this current moment, I am practicing corporate defense. My specialty, though, or my passion is in intellectual property law, particularly in copyrights and trademarks. Intellectual property is basically anything that you come up with that you choose to put out in a tangible form. That's most commonly known as a copyright, or it could be like your trade. So for instance, Black Forever, your brand name, that is considered a trademark, and I hope it is registered. You guys' logo, that's considered a trademark, or something as simple as the software on your iPhone that does any function practically is a patent for that. I promise you there can be a patent for the camera that we're shooting this film on right now. There's patents for certain designs for, say for instance, sunglasses and things of that nature. If it has a really cool tech feature to it, then more than likely there's going to be a patent for it. There's not a lot of Black lawyers. Out of all the lawyers in America, less than 5% are Black. Again, less than 5% are Black. So when you think about that and you put that into perspective, it really, and not all of them do intellectual property law or entertainment. So it kind of narrows the scale, but guess what? Every lawyer should know how to do a contract. But again, we have this issue of accessibility. Not everybody has someone that they can just pick up the phone and call who will be willing for free or at a very low cost, affordable rate to say, hey, let's sit down and go over this agreement. Because I can tell you from doing contract breakdowns, there is some verbiage in there always that goes against the artist. It's not pro-artist, it's pro-label, pro-management, pro-whatever entity is trying to, get you to sign this deal. So for a lot of artists, I think it's they work off of feelings over facts, and when you're in business, you have to put facts over feelings. Providing a pathway for Black students to enter into the legal field is something I'm absolutely passionate about. I actually have a mentorship program that helps law students, or prospective law students rather, with navigating all the ins and outs of what it takes to become a lawyer. I myself did not have that. In fact, fun fact about me, I did not get into law school my first time applying. I thought it was like the ACT, the SAT, like I didn't really study for those and did well. And lies, okay? Like I played myself. Don't play yourself. I'm all for companies investing and looking at Atlanta as a place that they can call home, like they do cities such as San Francisco, New York, and Miami, Los Angeles. However, they need to know that this is our city, and I think it's a part of our jobs as natives to make sure that they know that. And so putting ourselves in positions of influence to say, hey, I need to be at these tables where these discussions are being had and where decisions are being made. Atlanta sports culture is something that's very unique. We have Atlanta United, we have the Falcons, we have the Atlanta Dream, we have the Braves, of course we have who are world champions. And along with that, we also have other agencies that are moving here. You just saw CAA move here, you saw Clutch move here. You also have the external parties that are really big for sports, like advertising and marketing and PR, that are now starting to be quartered here in Atlanta. So I think for the future, if we want to see it, take it up a next level, we should definitely feed more into the international crowd. Possibly let's see what we can put in maybe South Georgia for like soccer. I've heard of some of those conversations about them building possibly a new soccer arena somewhere in that like Valdosta area, South Georgia area. That would be really cool. I think what we lack that other places have is venue spaces. And that's even on the entertainment side. Like if you go to LA, everything can be used as a concert space. If you go to New York, you have all these spaces where people can just come together around sports and entertainment. And I think that's where Atlanta is going for sure. And it's a growing market, and there's a ton of talent here. There are a ton of people here who are natives, who are interested in getting into sports, but oftentimes, and that's something that I'm facing in my career, everybody's trying to tell me, you need to move. If you want to do that, you have to move. And I'm like, why do I have to move when this is Atlanta? So I'm happy to see that places, organizations like Clutch and CAA are moving here, because now it's going to expand the market because the demand is here. I think it's just a matter of getting the big names and faces here too. Like the level of appreciation you begin to have when you realize you're from a city where Black excellence isn't just something to strive for, it's something that you're born into. Like it's something that you don't have to search and look and find examples of, because it's right in front of you. So even though I'm a first generation college student, I went to high school with friends whose parents were CEOs of companies, doctors, lawyers, engineers. So I had good examples just from the company that I kept. Whereas I had tons of friends in Louisiana who I could relate to, who were first generations just like me. And we all were looking, in some aspects, they were always looking for someone to aspire to. And it's crazy because there's so much talent there, but the political stronghold doesn't allow for it to flourish. Atlanta had its first Black mayor with Maynard Jackson back in the 80s. And we've been able to maintain Black leadership throughout the years. Other cities have not had that. Like other cities have not had Black leadership that was a part of the progression of the city and the transformation of the city and the economic advancement of the city. We haven't, like other cities have not had that. We've had that here in Atlanta, where you have people who look like us, who are descendants of slaves, who are making decisions for a city that's really for us and by us. Now, New Age Atlanta, we can talk about it, because that changes it shifts the dynamic a little bit, because now we have to start talking about gentrification and what motivates us to go after these things. Like I'm all for big business, but not for the sake of Black folks, right? Like I don't want grandma getting kicked out of her house, because if we keep doing that, then we're going to look like what's happening in Louisiana in the decades to come. You feel me? So it's like there's a reason why people are transplanting here, and Atlanta's been a transient city for decades, again, for those reasons, and of others, because the civil rights movement was here. You have four major HBCUs here. You have UGA, all these colleges and things that bring people here, but at what cost, right? So we can't promote the city while also compromising the integrity of what made Atlanta, which is Black people.